What's going on? It's dudes, Dean here. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. We got some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 in the background playing on Spire Team Deathmatch, I think. I don't remember what it is. I think it's TDM. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about the gameplay today. What I actually want to talk about is Infinite Warfare and the multiplayer reveal that we got a couple of weeks ago. I know it's a little bit older now, and I didn't talk about it when it first came out, and I just wanted to take the time to sort of digest all of the information we got, because we got a ton of information. There is a lot of new things in Infinite Warfare, a lot of new interesting things in Infinite Warfare, so I kind of wanted to evaluate on those things and give my opinions on how I think the game's going to be and how it's going to play out. Now, one thing that I should mention, obviously I was not at COD XP, so it is difficult for me to say, oh, this game looks great, it's going to be the best Call of Duty. I mean, if you don't have that experience, if you haven't played the game, it's very difficult to say that, and I think Blizzo Brasco mentioned that in another video too. He's like, I'm not going to do a review, I haven't played the game. So, I mean, it is kind of difficult, but I can judge some things based on what I've seen. But overall, it's difficult to say this is going to be, you know, the worst Call of Duty or this is going to be the best Call of Duty. You can't judge that if you haven't played it. So, to those of you who are doing that, be careful with that. It's hard to say. So, the very first thing that I noticed right off the bat is just there's a ton of customization and a lot of new things. We've got these new payloads or whatever they're called. They're basically specialists. We've got two different things you can get with each of them though. So pretend like you were using the Ripper like I am in this particular gameplay here. You could use the Ripper and an ability with that. You could stack an ability and a weapon on that, if I'm understanding this correctly. And to me that seems a little, I don't know, like I had talked about in another video of whether I'd like to see Specialist return or not, and I'm kind of indifferent on it. I enjoy the Specialist. It's a new meta to the game, and I think they're cool and all, but I don't know that I really want them to return. But nevertheless, they are returning in some sort of fashion with these payloads or whatever they're called. But they seem very strong, to be honest with you, and they seem to regen very quickly from the gameplay that I saw. They seem to, you get them pretty quickly, and they seem very powerful. So I'm kind of indifferent on that. Again, going back to before, it's difficult to say, excuse me, I'm having some trouble talking. It is difficult to say without playing the game, but it does seem a little bit overpowered. Now the weapons, they look really good. They seem like they don't have a ton of recoil, and they seem like the time to kill on them is very quick. Now whether that's good or not, I like a low skill weapon, to be honest with you. I don't think that Call of Duty should be a super difficult game to play, because I don't know, when the skill gap's lower it makes things more interesting. So I'm kind of happy with how the weapons look. Now with each weapon, or not with each weapon, with some of the weapons though, there are some new, I don't want to use the variants because we'll talk about variants a little bit later, but there are some new like abilities with them, I guess you could say. Like there's an assault rifle that you can split into an SMG, and to me that makes for a lot more different you can do in your create a class system. There's a lot more customizability with that, because you don't need a secondary now. There's no need for a secondary when you can split your assault rifle into an SMG. And I mean, we've kind of gotten away from secondaries and tacticals as we've gone, and they've introduced a lot more things to sort of bring back the tacticals, but I feel like the secondaries are a lot less needed now. Like with those weapons, like there's an assault rifle that can turn into a sniper rifle / sniper rifle that can turn into assault rifle, whatever way you want to call that. I think there's an SMG that can turn into a shotgun. There's another one of those like hybrid SMG assault rifle types, like the Peacekeeper and the Ripper. So, and the Maverick I think was another one. That's whatever. Anyways, so that's kind of cool. I do like that these weapons sort of add more of a dynamic. They change the meta of the game, and it adds more freedom to your custom classes. I think that's cool. And now, like I mentioned earlier, the hit detection, or not the hit detection, but the time to kill seems very quick, and that excites me. Like, I don't like when the games take too long to kill. it makes the hit detection wonky. If your time to kill is really high, it makes the hit detection feel better. It might not be great hit detection, but it does make it feel better because enemies are dropping more quickly because of how easy it is to kill. The time to kill is lower. So I am impressed with that. I'm excited for that. I think it's cool. Now, one last thing I want to mention in regards to the weapons. Now, we have talked about, or talked briefly about, there is going to be weapon variants returning, which honestly, that's the biggest thing for me. That's a huge disappointment. I mentioned in my video talking about my wish list for Infinite Warfare what I would like to see, how I don't want to see weapon variants. Like, it's a real letdown to me, and yeah, I'm not happy with that, but it is what it is. Kill streaks look pretty good too. I don't know. That's pretty much it for the Infinite Warfare reveal, kind of the things that I got of it. There is a little bit more that I want to talk about. Maybe I should have wrote this stuff down. I'm kind of going off the top of my mind right now. So I don't know. There's a few more things that I would like to talk about, but overall, I am excited for Infinite Warfare, and I think the multiplayer reveal made me more excited, to be honest with you. I have never given this game a bad rap. I've always been pretty down with it and pretty excited for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the comments below. Peace.